Jesus, just as I was. I'm weary and wounded and sad. But you know what? I found in Him a rest and grace, and He has made me glad. Oh, it's good to know Jesus. Everybody ought to know Jesus. He's joy in sorrow. My hope for tomorrow. It's good to know. Yeah. Oh, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Jesus, everybody ought to know. Yeah. Oh, he's a lily on the valley. I'm crying morning song. It's good to know. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's good to know Him. It's good to know the Lord. It's good to know the Lord. If you want to know more about Jesus, you want to pick up your Bible and read. Let me tell you about some of the things that I read. In the book of Psalms, He's our shepherd. In the book of Galatians, He's the one that set us free. Oh, it's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to know. Thank you so much. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Go 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kensiata, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. What little voice I do have today. So yeah, and you know I'm the Oprah the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch, okay? So today, y'all, is 151 running of the Kentucky Derby. Yes, so it's the Kentucky Derby today, everyone. So I just want to shout out my state. Go Kentucky, go Kentucky. It's the birthday. It's the birthday. No, I'm just playing, but it is the Kentucky Derby, y'all. So it's gonna run today around 7:20, 7:30 p.m. They moved it back. It usually run around 5 something, but they moved it back to like 7:20, 7:30 p.m. Now I'm doing something that is a tradition, okay? Me and my late husband started betting on the Derby 2 years before his passing, okay? So every year I place a bet, okay? So yeah. Anyway, last year my horse that I placed a bet on was number 3 until right like at 20 seconds before crossing the finish line, it became number 4. But then it was so much controversy about it that it looked like they was gonna throw my horse, the number 3, like my horse, into the number 3 spot. So much went on with that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about that. Now, before we get into the movie aspect of it, and I hope everybody got a chance to go look at that movie, I'm going to pull up something real quick. Shout out to this content creator who does everything. Okay, he actually does everything. Okay, here we go. Make sure y'all can see it. Get this off of here and excuse some of the cuss words because he is a cusser. I'm one of his mods in his on his channel, so I support him. Plus, I love the fact that he's exposing people that sexually touch kids. Okay, so yes, let's go. All right, but look at this. Y'all see this particular crown right here? Y'all see that crown? He actually created this crown, y'all. For real.
To her. The only thing that I did ask, and she did talk about it on her show one time. The only thing that I did ask was
Now, just in case y'all don't know who that is that he's hugging, that's the Monique. Okay, the comedian Monique, the one that's going after Tyler Perry and all of that good type of stuff. The one that Cat Williams brought on tour with him last year. Yes, the one that used to chase Professor Ogilvy. Yes, that is the Monique. He actually created the crown for Monique. So
just, that she showed it. She didn't. But okay. That's 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 honestly the price you pay when you give people things. Real talk. That is the price you pay when you give people things. They're
she got
either
it on
going to
her
do
head.
it or they're not.
And Jabs got a chance to place it on her head. And I think that is awesome as well. Because even though Monique didn't put it on her channel to give him exposure. Because just think about that. Had Monique said, look what, my fan did for me. Y'all can get at him at Official King Jive Show or whatever his email is. They could have got him, and everything, y'all. That would have just been awesome, right? So, but he can always pull this up when he uses a point of reference to people, like this is my work that I've done. So if you want to hire me, this is what this is going to cost, X, Y, and Z, one, two, three. Okay. So this right here shows, that.
You get what I'm saying? They're either going to do it or they're not. But I tell you, like, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I do not regret it. I don't regret it. But what I am not going to do is have people play on my phone talking about
Okay, let's go back and look at it real quick. I just want to, like I said, I'm one of his minds. Y'all look at that crown. That is so beautiful.
on Netflix about that. Period. Oh, I'm gonna keep showing, baby.
Rihanna.
Storm Fluid, I'm gonna keep showing. You know why? Because this is work. This is work. This is
Look
work.
at that right there. I mean,
This
that
is
picture right there is worth 1,000 words. Monique and the Official King Jive Show. Yes, that picture right there is worth 1,000 words. He got a chance to talk to her, to meet her, to come up on stage. He got a chance to place his work on top of a celebrity's head. I mean, come through.
work. I met this woman in Vegas. I met this woman in Vegas. Presented her. I had the opportunity to go out there. Met her in Vegas. Presented this to her. The only thing that I did ask, and she did talk about it on her show one time. The only thing that I did ask was just, that she show it.
Now, here's the thing. There's a couple of celebrities that I really want to meet, but if I had my choice and I could only pick one this year, you know who it is I want to meet? India Irie. India Irie. I would love to sing with India Irie. If it's sure keeps doing this, I'm gonna bring one of my down there set chairs in here. I hate this chair I bought off of Amazon. It's horrible. Uh, I ain't never seen a chair releases itself and goes all the way to the ground. Most chairs you have to release. This one releases itself. Um, and you lock it. It's locked, but it'll release itself. Um, but I do. I want a chance to, sing if it's no more than A B C D E F G with, our girl, Miss India Irie. I really do. That is a bucket list for me. And so yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to know, if I get a chance to meet one celebrity this year, if they say, okay, we're gonna bring to you or we're gonna send you, wherever to meet whatever celebrity that you want to meet, right? Miss India Irie. I really do. Um, I've always liked India. India remind me so much of me. Um, she's a dark girl like myself, you know, and her gift is always overshadowed, by others that are more mainstream acceptable. What I mean by that is they're not dark skinned, um, they're fabricated. I'm not taking their gift away from them, whether they can sing or not, but they are fabricated. And the more light skinned, close to white skin that you are, the more in public you become. The more authentic you are in your skin tone and in your who you are, when you're okay with you, they kind of push you to the back. And there is a reason for that. The reason for that is the more acceptable you are with your own skin and who you are, they feel like that'll start transforming others like you to start being acceptable in who they are and start walking in their trueness. Okay. They can't have that because it's all a bottom line. Okay. It's all a bottom line. So, it just is what it is. So, shout out to official King Jives. Y'all can catch him, y'all. He is in the quote unquote church sector. And believe it or not, I believe King Jives actually started the church sector. I really do. And everybody else bounced off of him. Uh, he's straight up no chaser. That's why I like him. He's straight up no chaser. Okay, so y'all can catch him if you ever want to know what's going on in the church. Y'all can go over to official King Jives because he ain't gonna hold no punches. He's gonna expose whoever, whenever, however. Okay, right now he's on this kick to healing kids because there's a lot of pastors and preachers and ministers and evangelists and teachers of the church sector that has been touching kids. Okay. And we know that we've seen a whole how many hundreds of priests that be exposed, and stuff like that over many of years, and everything. But, and some of them are your faves. Some of them are your faves. Okay. But he does, and he don't hold no punches. Um, you know, hold on, hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna play all of this, but this is why I like India. I read. Um, my husband, uh, my deceased spouse used to love to hear me sing this to him. I told y'all he would ask me, "Baby, sing." He just loved for me to sing to him. What's up, Princess Sheba? Creole, do you not do beef sector anymore? I've never did beef sector commentary. I've always been in the beef sector, but I did not want my commentary beef sector. I feel like y'all have plenty of that. So there is many that I support because that's where I started. My vlog mother is Fi Babe, aka Babe Nation now. I think is what she changed her name to. Um, I support Sean Bradley. I support Mother. I support Lady Dika. Um, Miss T Velocity, Miss Olivia. Those are the ones that I've actually, have been supporting, and everything. So, but yeah, my commentary has never been B sector commentary ever. I wanted to stay clear of that. I wanted to offer people an alternative. Like after you hear all who slept with who don't like who cussed out who said this, blah blah blah, then you can come over here, and get educated on finances or, herbs that heal your body or help you to be the best you can be. What's going on in the world, Bible studies, breaking down the scriptures to show where we are, whatever the case may be, anything but beef. I don't do beef. I don't, not over here. So I support those that do, but my commentary is never about that. So it just is what it is. And most people know that because I make, even on my thing, I say I don't beef, and I don't beef at all. So, and I think that's why a lot of people don't come over here because they want and like I said, it's plenty of it. Y'all can find it anywhere, but mm-mm. No. All right, y'all. So what I was saying was, uh, okay. Let me get back to this. And this right here, when I tell y'all this y'all, and shout out to all my new subbies, smooches to you. Thank you so much. I will put, and one person requested. Okay, I will put my information in here so you can reach out to me at any time. Okay. Yatanya, I'm still concerned about you, Lou. Lolo, I hope you're feeling better. Okay, this right here, y'all. We only gonna listen to a minute of that, then we're gonna get into the movie.
Ooh, steady love.
God, come on, India.
Ooh, steady love. Ooh, steady love. Ooh, steady love. The way that he looks at me when he holds my hand, he wants everyone to know I'm his woman and he is my man. We can talk about anything. He's got nothing to hide. He's not afraid of his feelings. He's not a slave to his pride. He's giving me love so steady. He touches my heart. Now I'm ready. He touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady, so steady. Ooh, steady love. Ooh, steady love. I have never met a man that I wanted to be his wife. And then he came along. It's so natural to make a
Yeah,
life.
that's David Banner,
'Cause
y'all.
he's a perfect compliment. 'Cause I'm a boss in my world. And when we're together, he just makes me feel like this girl. He's giving me love.
Yes.
So
Come on,
steady.
India.
He touches my heart. Now I'm ready. He touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady, so steady. He puts every other man I've ever known to shame. I just wanna be with him, talk to him, sleep near him, walk with him, be with him every day. I wanna be lovers and friends and mother his children, make breakfast on Sunday and fight and then make up again. 'Cause if life's gonna be crazy anyway, I wanna do it with him. Steady love. Hey. Ooh. Steady love. He's a good father. He's a good cook. He loves his basketball and he loves a good book.
Come on, India.
I'll tell you how I know he's the perfect one for me. 'Cause he's a warrior in the streets, but he's a king in the sheets. He's giving me love so steady. He touches my heart. Now I'm ready. He touches my soul and my spirit. He's giving me love so steady. He's giving me love.
Yes, y'all. I love me some India Arie. Screw what you heard. I love me some India Arie. She's who she is. She's very gifted. She plays instruments. She sings. She acts. She's just India. and she does not apologize for being who she is. That's just she's a true Libra like I am. You guys should have known she was a Libra. No, no, I don't worship the signs, but there are some truth with these signs, okay? It just really is, so yeah. Most of us are authentic. We are who we are, and we don't apologize for being who we are. I actually um hold on. I support this person. People get mad at me for supporting this person, but it just is what it is. And I'm going to pull it up and let y'all see it. Because no matter how they live their life, some things is just true. Okay? Some things is just true. Hold on. Here we go, right here. Hold on. I'm trying to see, is this the one? Right here. Hold on. If I can't find it, I ain't gonna waste time on it because I'm actually on a time limit today. I got a Bible study, so okay, right here. I was listening to this, and hold on, I was listening to this, and what's up, Van Boo? Hey, hun, how are you, love? I was listening to this, and I'm gonna give her credit. Shout out to the one and the only, the T and the S and the Madison of it all. Okay, see, you can learn from anybody, and I'm just a T.S. Madison fan. I just am, and I hate to say fan because fan mean fanatic. I support her. I support her. Like I said, you can learn from anybody, and the way it's so funny because I bear witness to her in the way that she carries herself, right? And the way that she says different things. It sounds like me talking, and I'd be cracking up. I'd be cracking up because I'm like, boy, if I haven't said it before. But okay, let's just hear a bit of this real quick. And like I said, I will give her credit. But just check us out because a lot of y'all get stuff mixed up. You really get stuff mixed up, and yeah, okay.
Recording. Oh. Okay, two things. What time is it? It's 9:30. What time is it, Bruce? It's 9:30. It's 9:30 a.m. God, Lee, I hope I don't got no damn cold from over all this atmosphere change. I'm here in St. Petersburg. I came straight from
Mexico.
I might need you to one curl me or something. Inbox Trent. Trent takes care. I was traveling home and I was on my Twitter and stuff like that. I was seeing a lot of conversation around Craig and a lot of conversation around me and fag talk and all the things. I just want to say this for me and for my space. I don't know what people see or what they think they see or what they don't watch or whatever. I don't know. I don't have no energy and not right now because I don't feel the best. I watched Hope's video just this morning because people were like, girl, what's going on? I was like, what are y'all talking about? Anyway, I watched Hope's video. I watched Angelica's podcast thing. It's whatever. And there were a lot of valid points made from each person's video, but there were also we're very grateful for an educated trans person. I've been smart enough as a Black trans woman living in the United States of America, smart enough to amass, to be, a girl of a very much so multi-million-dollar status.
Let me say this. One thing you would notice about most of us real, and I'm going to say that because not all of us is real, but most of us real libertarians, we live our life unapologetically, okay? We are who we are, and we don't make no apologies with it. Now, you do find some that can't live in their truth Because I've ran up on some Libras that if I could, I would take their Libra card seriously because they don't represent us worth nothing. They habitual liars. They can't tell the truth. They don't stand in their truth, which is all the things that Libras stand for. We got the scale, so that means we're justice. Okay. We stand in our truth. We try to equal out things. We try to make people's lives better. And I have run across a couple that if I could, seriously, I would tell them you more of a this than you are this. So please don't claim us. Okay. Plus we love to love. We love hard. We don't play with people's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like if we love you, we love you, we go on from there. Um, I will say this too. I support T.S. Madison more than I do anybody that's in that walk. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she's balanced. She don't just support people because they're trans. That's stupid. That's like just supporting people because they're black. Supporting people because they're white. Supporting people because they're female. She's balanced. Anybody who's balanced, I get it. But when you just want to support people or whatever, just because they carry out your agenda, because you're not always right. Whenever you think, and I watch people who in their mind, everything they say and do makes them right, I shy from people like that because you're dangerous. You're dangerous. Anytime you want other people's opinions to be squashed or quieted because it does not agree with what you're doing, I shy from you because you're dangerous. Okay. I'm like this. Even though I don't get along with racists, any people who have a lot of propaganda, I don't deal with you. I still feel like there's a place in this world for you. Okay. For the simple fact, if I want you silenced, pretty soon what I'm saying, somebody may come up with a bill to have me silenced. See how we have to watch that? If you don't like what is being said, you have the option to cut it off, turn the channel, do what you got to do. Okay. But do I think people, because they don't agree with what I'm saying, needs to be silenced? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's where free speech come in at. And the only, like I said, I like TS because she's balanced. Where I've seen others in her walk, I always want everything to agree with their lifestyle. Always, no matter what it is, just because they're this, it should agree with this. No, I don't care. It don't make you right. Not about everything. And until you can be a balanced person, it just is what it is. I agree with her. She says something in this video, y'all, and people have got mad at her because of what I'm about to say. She said, just like if your child, if somebody's going to a female restroom and you're in the restroom and you have a beard on your face, but you're in a female restroom, don't you think people are going to look at you kind of sideways and funny? Now, in your world, you may not feel like it's nothing if you live in that lifestyle. But in the real world where things and laws have been created, okay, I'm not going to, if I still had a child that's underage, I wouldn't want my child going to the bathroom, my female child. You can say what you want. Just because you may think you're a tree today. See, that's why we had to be, y'all not going to like me, but y'all know I'm Trill, AKA real. Okay, you're not going to like me, but I'm being honest. And that's why I like Mother, James Caldwell. That's why I like him, because he's balanced. It's just not no one way because that's the lifestyle he lives. He's balanced. Most people that's balanced is very intelligent. They see things outside of their scope, not just how they want things to be. They see how they are, and they can understand both sides. When you only understand one side, you are jaded. I have no issue with you, but I can't take you serious. Because here's the fact. The fact of the matter is, we're born one or two ways. You're either born a female or a male. No in between. What you decide to identify with after you're born is on you. People don't like to talk like this because it offends people. If the truth offends you, I'm sorry. And so let me do this. May the Lord watch between us while we're absent one from another. Amen. Now the benediction has been given, okay? Because I'm going to say what I want, especially on my channel. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but the truth is the light of the world. You're only born male or female. That's how you're born. Okay? What you identify as after you're born is on you. You have people identifying as bushes. You have people identifying as trees. You have people identifying as Martians. You have people, I mean, where do you stop it? Where do you stop it? So, excuse me, if I have a little girl, okay, and my little girl has to go pee in a public restroom, and on the door it has female. They're putting these on the doors because how were you born? Either a male or a female. And my daughter goes in here, and I'm standing by the door, and here you come, and you got a facial beard talking about you identify as a female. Okay, I ain't got nothing against that. But right now, my daughter's in here, and with that beard and stuff all on your face, you look like a man to me. So if you can please allow her 5 more minutes, as soon as she come out, you're free to go in. Are we both going in there? And trust me, I ain't going empty-handed. See, in this walk of life, you know what? Never mind. Okay. Moving forward. Go on, Maddie. Say what you got to say.
I've been able to do that. I've been smart enough to do that. I've been smart enough to sit at the head of it at the executive tables to command the way that my life is going to be patterned out. I've been smart enough to do that. And I've also been smart enough to maneuver through the spaces where girls, Angelica and other girls, have occupied spaces and, have gate kept and have, kept me on the other side of a place, and smiled at me and with me. And so I've been smart enough to maneuver myself through to get beyond and past that. And I've also been smart enough to reach back, Hope, and make sure that I don't do the same things in those spaces when I get into those spaces. So I made sure that I've been smart enough to reach back and get my sisters and nieces who needed opportunities to make sure that they get their first.
Here's my thing. People have a problem with Maddie, and they want Maddie to be the save all for all. Okay? They don't really want that. They actually want to control how she talks, what she says. Because she has gotten herself into a position to where the world is paying attention. She's in movies. People are calling her to book with her. They do fag talk, which means they're traveling. Her name is out here. Beyonce put her on the map as well. She gets the residual from what she put on, from what she said on Beyonce's CD, and all this and stuff. So she's out here. She's out here. So now there's others who's not out here, but want to control what made Madison Madison. Okay. What made her likable to most people? What made her get her foot in the door? Which, if she gets in the door, that opens up the avenue for everyone else. So now, since she's in the door, okay, they forget this is the same Madison that's been Madison. Okay. She ain't changed. But now that her foot is in more doors and she's more noticeable and she's getting more notoriety and all this and stuff, now people are having a problem because they want her to change what she accepts. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Now, Is it thrown on her back? Absolutely, because she is the person right now that's making noise, okay, that people's paying attention to. So everyone feels like, well, you got to make it acceptable for all trans. We all need you, Madison. I can't believe, and I can't believe you're not saying this and that. This is the same Madison that y'all love, that has her own opinion, that stands in her own business, that says what she has to say. Never changed. Still the same Madison. Still. Now, she's toned it down a little bit when it comes to certain situations. Because, AKA, she used to be beef sector. Y'all let that, ain't forgot how to beef. Have y'all heard her? She ain't forgot how to beef. She's still number one beef sector. She's still, yeah, don't get it twisted. Okay? She can read you like a book. I kind of admire when she gets to reading people, especially certain people, because baby, she goes in. But say my point made is the same Madison. Stop trying to get this woman to do y'all's bidding. However you look at a woman, man, whatever. Stop trying to get her to do y'all bidding while y'all sit back. She take all the punches. She take all the fouls. She take all of this because she said she's saying what y'all wanted to say, and y'all sit back. Y'all name ain't out there. Y'all not being crucified. And I like what she said. If I'm not smart enough, basically somebody must have told her she wasn't smart enough to whatever, and she's addressing this. Okay. And like she said, I tell you what, we all give up one of our properties. The problem is the people that's talking don't have money nor property. All they got is their verbiage and riding off the back of a coattail. Let's keep it real. Anyway, just a little more. We're moving on.
Steps in mainstream media. I love all my people because we are in a space of, I just want to say this too while I'm here. All of the grand girls, we need you to give up one of your properties. I'd like for all the grand girls, I'm calling all the grand girls to the mark, all the television accolade girls, all the girls that have these degrees and these smarts, give up one of your homes. Let's all do this as girls that are, because I'm not smart enough. I'm not educated enough. Let's all of us let's give up one of our properties. How about we do that? How about we give up one of our properties and let's do.
So y'all can go and listen to the rest of that, and everything. But I just wanted to address that. Let me see. Let me see what you're saying there. Tess Medicine always tells her billionaire status as if that gives her opinion more validity. Those other anti-trans, so-called trans people like Flame Monroe and others hang around her because of money. Flame Monroe also gives her accolades as well, and she looks up to Flame Monroe. And if anything goes out of whack, she trusts Flame Monroe because he has called her, and told her. Matter of fact, one day he told her keep standing on her square. He encouraged her to stay who she is. Because you know what, in this life, and the lesson that I'm learning from this is, like I have been successful in a certain way. To me, it was successful. To those that's in my family, it was a success in a certain way. Now that I'm rebranding, rebuilding, and redoing my LLC, as I come up again, there's going to be always people that don't agree with me. And I have to be okay when people don't agree with me. And I am. But, my thing is, I used to be okay with people not agreeing with me, but I would do it in a harsher way because I'm one of them. I don't give a up. Put the F where necessary. I really don't. And so I'm learning to be softer when I don't care. Because me not caring is a problem. Okay. It's a problem in my family. It's a problem. It's just, Because when I don't care, I don't care. So I'm learning that there will always be people that have a problem with the I don't care, you know, always. And if you change anything, then eventually you'll be like a yo-yo, because this person or this group of people gonna want you to say and do this. And then once you say and do that, then it's gonna be this group of people, and these people gonna want you to say and do this. So okay, now you're doing this because that makes them happy. Then it's gonna be another group of people that feel like, well, you ain't this because you didn't do this. So now you're trying to accommodate this group of people. So you always have to stay planted on what you feel and know is the right way to be, say, and do, no matter who that offends. So I don't know. I think, and this is my opinion, like I said, to be over here, you don't have to agree with me. You can have your opinion, you know. Sometimes we're just gonna have to respectfully disagree. My point is, I think Maddie's money and her notoriety is a problem for others, not her. Because I've seen her freely give. I've seen her try to accommodate her nieces and nephews in the walk of life that she's in. You know, I don't know Maddie like Mother knows Maddie. Mother, James Caldwell, aka James Caldwell. Him and Maddie are friends. They got each other's number. He's her mod. He knows her. I only been knowing her since when I came into the beef sector and she was there. And I've been following ever since. Okay. And this is when she had the X-rated big D, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that's, I don't claim to know her. A couple of times she said things to me in her chat, that was really sweet. But that's it, But I just think a lot of times people's issues, and basically, I don't call her a woman. I mean, I call her a woman, but do I think she thinks like a woman? No, I don't. I know there has been some fight between Black women, born Black women and her, and everything. But I've also, on the flip side, have seen Maddie fight for us when those that look like us and born a woman has not. So we got to, like I said, it's a balance in it all. It's a balance, you know. I'm not trans. I don't know the fight of a trans. I would never know the fight of a trans either way. Trans going to female, trans going to male. I don't know that fight. I can only say what I like about her is she's equal. She don't just agree with people because of the agenda. She doesn't just agree with people because they got something in common. Because just how you know what, all skin folk ain't kin folk either. Do y'all know that? Like, not all Black people are equal. Some Black people agree with our oppressors, always have, always will. Just because they look like me don't mean we have the same goal. So I have to stand on business. So let me see. Manny constantly talks about her main status and trans community need her to support finances. But we are more pro transgender laws center people like. Okay. You have your opinion. I mean, I'm not asking you to agree with me. You have your opinion, so Let me see. Okay, I just did that one. Okay, hold on. Let me see. This is the one I hadn't done. It's amazing. Come on, change so I can see it on the big screen. Why is this computer so far behind? I hate that. Okay. It's amazing that women constantly say they see Maddie as a woman and she's running around with the eggplant bigger than her, but look at a man with the dress, put a beard is masculine. I do. I do. And I'll be one of them. I do look at men with a beard and a dress as masculine. Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I do. Because they are. They are. It doesn't matter. Just like, okay, let me, oh Lord, how much time I got? Okay, let me get to it. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move on to my next topic because I got 30 minutes altogether. I say this. It's not what you identify with that people see, it's how you're born. You may look at yourself however you identify, and that's fine for you. But you can't get mad if society don't. We identify with what we see. Point blank period. We identify for with what we see. It's not acceptance of it because I don't you don't need my acceptance and I don't need yours. But it's identification. We identify what we see. You identify with how you feel. If you're a man and you identify as a woman, okay, that's just how you identify. But don't expect the world when we look at you to see what you identify with, especially if how you look is not how you identify. If what we see says man, even though you feel woman, that's not our fault. We're going to identify you how we see you. Just like if somebody walk up to you and say, "Hi, my name is Oak Tree. I identify as a tree." And you see a full-fledged woman, where the branches, where the leaves, where the roots. It becomes, and I hate to say this, it becomes redundant and it becomes crazy after a while. It's like you want me to identify how you see you, but right in front of me I'm seeing something different. Excuse me if I don't see you how you see you. I'm not supposed to until your outer shell identifies with how you see you. Then I can say, okay, okay, she's a woman now. She's Shannon from Steve. She used to be Steve. Now she's Shannon. She looks Shannon. She's walking as Shannon. I get it. But don't get mad with society when your outer shell doesn't identify with how you trying to carry yourself. That's weird. Now, let me move on. Because I was gonna go in, but I'm not. Let me move on. Okay, y'all. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, if you have any of these particular illnesses, and this is just part one I'm gonna do, okay? There is a illness called Raynaud's illness, okay? Raynaud's, all right? Raynaud is spelled Raynauds, phenomena, our phenomenon, okay? It's a situation to where your fingertips, turn blue, okay? When you're exposed to cold, all right? A lot of people, now I know if you got fibromyalgia, that's one of the side effects of having fibromyalgia too. When it's real cold, our fingertips begin to turn blue, okay? If you touch something cold, your fingertips begin to turn blue. You got to hurry up and try to get circulation back in your hands again, okay? So that's one thing, all right? So it's called Raynaud's phenomenon, all right? And it has to do with your nervous system. It has to do with stress, to where your temperatures, it goes to the nervous system in your body, okay? Another thing you can actually deal with is edema. Edema is built up fluid in your tissues. A lot of people deal with edema. Sometimes your feet swell, your hands swell, your legs swell, okay? It's called edema. And that's where tissue fluid, it gets outside of your tissues, but inside your cells, and it begins to back up in your body. Okay, your system begins to back up. All right. You can deal with psychosis. Okay. Where is Dirk when I need him? I swear, I swear, I swear. Anyway, let me see what else. You can deal with morning sickness. I know some of y'all think you can only deal with morning sickness if you're pregnant. No, no. With this deficiency, and I'm gonna tell you what you're deficient in, but I'm trying to give you some of the things that maybe you've been dealing with and didn't know why. You know what I'm saying? Morning sickness, like I said, you can do it and not be pregnant. Uh, you can be, you can have an odor hypersensitivity to where you ever walk in someplace and something you smell makes you like, oh, like you really pick up on the smell. Yes, you can deal with that as well. You can be very hypersensitive to smells. Okay. Um, you can have an increase in your pulse rate or heart rate. Okay. Yeah, you can have a very big increase in that. You know, um, let me see. Yeah, the good way to test to see if you have edema is like in your legs, you compress, and if it stays indented for a little while, like for a couple of seconds more, if it stays for a minute, I mean a second or two, that's nothing. If it stays for 6 seconds or more, that's a lot. That means you have edema. Okay. And a lot of times, edema is letting you know of other issues. All right. And the best thing to look at is around your ankle. Okay. That's one of the best ways to look at whether or not you have edema. All right. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And hold on. Okay, so you can have shortness of breath with this because again, you have edema, or you're not getting enough nutrients in this particular nutrients. You also can get dizzy, y'all, when you're going from sitting to standing. You can get dizzy, you can get lightheaded. All this has to do with possibly this particular deficiency. Okay, and I'll show you all what I take. All right. Now, one of the other things that you may deal with concerning this particular, who's this texting me? One of the other things you may deal with concerning this particular deficiency is night blindness. I'm going to say that again, night blindness. Okay. You know how your eyes, when oncoming traffic, your eyes, you go, ooh, you can't see at night while you're driving. Night blindness is an issue as well. Okay. So let me show you guys what I take. Hold on. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you the mineral that is missing in your body, okay, is B1. Yep, it's called B1. That is what you're low in, that's what you're deficient in. B1. Okay. And the best form of a B1 that actually gets into your body to help you out, I'm going to bring it up as we speak because this is the one I have. They used to run this one on sale too for $18, but with the tariffs and everything, y'all, all these herbs and stuff have went up. I'm telling you now, they all have went up. So, it just is what it is. Remember, I've been telling y'all for the longest to stock up on different things, the things of the things, right? Okay, so this is the one that I normally get, but I get the 2 for situations. Okay, I get the 2 for situations. And so let me pull it up so you all can see it. Uh, okay, this right here. This is what I get. This has been Photomane. Okay, this has been Photomane. Benfotiamine is an advanced B1 that actually gets into your body to help reverse and do the things of the things. Okay. And this is the one I get. Like I said, I catch their sale. It used to be 2 for $18. Now this particular one is $14, y'all. Them tariffs is really, really turning us up. For all of you all that support old dude, there you go. Okay, everything is like $5 more now. Everything. I hope y'all caught my governor on TV. He was on, I think it was Fox News or something, and he's the only governor that we know of that is speaking out against this administration and making sense. I'm so proud of Andy. I'm very much proud of Andy. His name is Andy Brashear. I'm so proud of him because everybody else is scared. Andy ain't scared. Plus, Andy's an attorney. He's not scared. Okay. But anyway, this is benfotiamine. It's a water soluble, so meaning that you take it with water. You can take it with water and it comes out in your pee. Anything water soluble means you can actually take it with water and it comes out in your pee. What your body doesn't need, it releases it to come out in your urine. Okay, so yeah, this is a benfotiamine. I would advise you guys. Okay, I would advise y'all to get this. Okay. I would advise you to get it. Seriously. You know. So here you go. This is B1. The B1 of it all is the thiamine. thiamine. Okay. That's why I said it's a form of thiamine. So if you just wanted to get B1, thiamine is it. You find thiamine and you buy it. But it's not going to be effective as if you was to get benfotiamine. Okay. So I'm trying to help you. Okay. Benfotiamine is the best form of B1 that you're going to find. This is what I take every day. This is what the bottle used to look like. It's white bottle right here, but now here's the bottle. Okay. And I take mine with coffee. Okay. That's what I take mine with is coffee. I take almost everything with coffee. Here's the actual size of the pill. They give you a little bit of breakdown right here. And y'all know me, gluten-free, GMO-free, okay? You can take one capsule 1 to 3 times a day. And so I always end up taking 2 once a day. I take 2 capsules once a day, okay? And sometimes I take them for 3 days and I'm out for 4. And I take them for 3 more and I'm out for 4. So if you have, like I said, I just gave you the deficiency for B1. I just gave y'all all of that. Most people don't know why. And when you go to the doctor, they're not going to tell y'all, okay, here we go. When you go to the doctor and give them your symptoms, they're going to treat your symptoms. They're not going to get into why you're affecting, why your body is going through the effect that it is, why your body is suffering. They're not going to tell you that it's a deficiency in a mineral. They're not going to do that. Why? Because then they don't get that money for the pharmaceutical company where they get kickbacks. Us in the herbal world, we want you healthy, happy, and whole. We trying to heal you and trying to help you at the same time. So if you have a B1 deficiency, which is everything I just told y'all about 5 minutes ago, and that's not all of them. That's why I said this is part 1. If you even dealing with 1 or 2 of those, get on some benfotiamine right now. Right now. Because you can get so far with with a nerve issue that is not reversible. And you'll be in pain for the rest of your life. you'll be wanting to die. Okay. Those of us who suffer with fibromyalgia, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I have two. I have fibromyalgia and arthritis. Arthritis is joints and muscle. Fibromyalgia is nerves. That's your whole body. That's your whole body. Lord, today. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. You can do what you want. You can go and try to find another benfotiamine. That's fine. Everybody always asks me, well, Creole, which one do you use? Because if you use it, I know, it's a good product. So I like to come on here and just show people what I use. Like I said, it is up to you. Hold on. Let me type in my email address. Okay. Let me make sure this little girl don't pay this phone bill. Every month. Hold on. Yeah, I tell you, my daughter is still on my plan. And I've been out her way to pick up her money to pay her portion of the bill. And she was asleep and didn't answer. I'm all the way back in my city now. And like I told her, baby, you either going to send me $65 because in order to postpone the bill, they're going to want the bill and the extra money to postpone it. Or you going to get your butt up and go to the cell phone place and pay that extra $5 with your bill money. Or you can cash out me the money and I'll pay it. If you cash out me the money, I need it before 10 p.m. tonight. So she's got 3 options. She said, okay, let me get up now and I'll go pay it. Okay. Whichever way. Whichever way she likes. And then I'm dealing with one of my kids is in the hospital in a whole nother city, which is not fun for me because there's nothing I can do. I can't get to her. She says she's okay. So it just is what it is, y'all. Anyway, I just put my email address on the screen just in case you are. Why is it that this computer will not go up or down so I can see? Okay. Here we go, right here. That is my email address, okay? Coco's Next Level at yahoo.com. If y'all need me to speak on something, do a live on something, I'm going to post about JB and me, the panel that we're holding next Thursday. Be here, I'll be squared. Now, let's get to the movie real quick. Let's get to the movie. My cousin's movie, he is the producer and everything of this movie called Never Would Have Thought. It's on Tubi. Shout out to Mixology Boo. Mixology 99 actually was the first one in the chat. She's at work. Shout out to you. Yesterday, I gave that movie, I did the trailer. So if you didn't see my live yesterday, please go and take a look at it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. The movie just came out this week. It's on Tubi. It's called Never Would've, okay, with VE on it. Thought, never would have thought. One of my cousins is the leading lady that's playing in the movie. And the other cousin is the one who created the movie, okay? So yeah, go look at that movie. Now, here's the thing, it's a twist at the end, so it's going to be a part 2. It's a twist at the end. And I already kind of knew what was going on I'm just good at that. I can always pick how a movie's going to go no matter what. I just got that gift, okay? But it was really good. It kept you suspense. And in the movie, without telling everything, the basics of the movie was this female was in love with her husband. She married this man. The man couldn't be faithful if you drew him a line on how to be. Okay. If you say, this is how you get from point A to point B, which means you're faithful, he would go from point A around B to C, back to Z, all the way back and say, I didn't see it. And she loved him so much that her self-esteem was really, really taking a hit. And y'all, especially women, you got to be careful who you confide in when it comes to your spouse. That's all I'm going to say about that. You got to be very careful who you confide in. Because every woman that's smiling in your face don't have your best interest at heart at all. Some of them have an ulterior motive. And she kind of found it out. Okay. I could tell because her best friend was too animated when it came to her husband. You too invested. You too invested. It was weird, you know? It was suspenseful. It was a thriller. You know, it was really a good movie. So if you're looking for a good movie on Tubi, look for Never Would Have Thought. Okay, look for that movie. And again, my cousin has a lot of movies on there. I actually have 3 cousins who have movies on Tubi. Okay, 3. And one of them, he plays in. Well, my other one does play in a couple of movies too. So 2 of them play in the movies and everything. But I'm gonna be showcasing my own fam. I got family that's R&B singers, that's known. I got family that's in the NBA. I got family that's in the NFL. I got family that's um, producers and different things of that nature. My family goes across like it's a whole lot of us. You know, it be I have family that be in these chats commenting on different things. I be cracking up. And then, you know, sometimes they'll send me a text message, be like, did you hear it? You know, and I will never say. Like I call everybody cuz or auntie or niece, so you really don't know if they really kin to me or not, you know. But trust me, we're a big family, okay? But yeah, if y'all want to go to, please go and support my cousin with this movie. I think he's already like everybody loved that movie so much. He's just got a message or something that they number 2, number 1 right now with that movie on Tubi. So I think Tubi have their own little awards that they have once a year, you know, for the movies and all this and stuff. So hopefully he'll get an award, you know, and everything. And so yeah, I wanted to talk about that really, really quick. That movie was all that. It's called Never Would Have Thought. It's on Tubi. They in red. So if you see them in red, it's like 3 women and 1 man on the front. And if you don't understand, go to my yesterday live because I did that trailer and you can see it. And then that way you can go to Tubi and look at it. It's called Never Would Have Thought. Okay. We've talked about a lot of stuff on here. And let me say this, just because I stand on business don't mean I hate anybody. I don't dislike you. I don't hate you. I don't have, put like this, it takes a lot to hate. And you're not that important for me to hate. Seriously, you're just not. I'm one of them. I don't hate my, you know, people who rape me, molest me, incest. I don't hate none of them. Okay. I don't. I have forgiven everybody and moved on. When you hold on to hate, you're stopping yourself. Okay. Plus, I'm way better. I'm way better than anybody who tried to do something to me. Anybody. Okay. So, you know, I got a world to conquer. I got souls to save. That's why I'm getting into my study and my biblical studies. Okay. I do. I study the word. And I know y'all be like, girl, I do. I'm not one of them to just, you know, read my Bible. I study on Sundays. No, I actually study the word. I got a degree in biblical studies. So, hello. Uh, you know, I just do. And I'm trying to go back to school now. That's the problem. I'm trying to go back to school. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. But I just always tell y'all that, you know, we'll be back on here. I'll probably upload something tomorrow from church because y'all know I'm going to church. Don't forget to watch the Kentucky Derby tonight. Okay. If you got Peacock, I think it's on Peacock for free. And the Kentucky Derby itself, the race starts at 7:20 or 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, Kentucky time. Okay. So if you do bet, you still got time to bet. If you pull up both pictures uh, on my community wall, it's got the first set of horses and then the second set of horses. Okay. But if you look at the picture for this live, it's got all the horses in one setting, you know, so that way you can, you know, look into the horses. Mixology. I was just talking about you, but That's my issue, Sissy. I'm still hurt by the person who hurt me. I wish I could say I forgave him. I'm working on it still. I know in my heart he doesn't deserve the energy I spend. And you know what? Forgiving him doesn't release him from the responsibility that he has where you're concerned. Forgiveness is really for you. It's really for you. And it don't mean that you're gonna feel it when you say it, but you have to get to it. And I know you know this, you just have to get to a point to where me saying I forgive you is not releasing you from what you did to me. It's just basically for me. Let me tell you something. Um, my daughter, my deceased daughter, I'm gonna say this real quick. My deceased daughter's father is a piece of crap. He was a piece of crap then. He's a piece of crap now. He's a piece of crap. Okay. And not only did he deny her once we broke up, he stood on that. Even though we went had a blood test, had a DNA, Dinah don't lie. We had a DNA test, and he came out to be, as I knew, because I know who's my kid's father, he came out to be 99.99% the father. Even with that, even though my deceased daughter was holding that paper in her hand when they got into it on Facebook. Hear me? They got into it on Facebook. Do you hear me? They got into it on Facebook, and she's reading it saying, "No, you are my father. My mama never told me." I'm looking at the paper. Okay? He still was like, "I know your mama said it, but," because if he couldn't have me, he didn't want to do nothing with her. Okay? So I so happened to tag in. Tag, my turn. Oh yeah, since you want to try to do my daughter, tag, my turn. And I took over. Then he gets scared. I said, "I tell you what, we ain't got to do this on Facebook. Let's meet somewhere in Kentucky." "No, because you crazy. You crazy. I ain't meeting with you. No, I ain't even coming back to Kentucky." And he ended it. Because he know. And not, that's exactly what I said. You know me. And yes, I am. Very much crazy. Okay. And the reason why he said that, because I told y'all, I stabbed him in his chest with two steak knives at the same time, tried to cut his heart out. Wasn't playing. But you're not going to disrespect my daughter. And she's sitting here, because I never told my daughter who her daddy was, because I knew he was a piece of crap. She never asked, I never told her. She ain't have no memory of him. Good. Okay. But she so happened to have her paternity test in her hand and found out who he was. And for him to try to deny the paternity test when your picture, my picture, and the picture of the baby is on the paternity test, and she got the results. So even when my daughter closed her eyes, okay, that's a good way of saying she was taken out of here. When she closed her eyes, her brother, which is his son by another woman, they look like twins. My daughter and the son look like twins. Seriously. That's is he found out about everything. He came and he officiated her memorial for me. And I appreciated that. This ninja, okay, the biological seed, who we shall not name, said, "Oh, she had my last name. I didn't know it. Not, I'm sorry she's dead. What happened to her? None of that. All he said was, "Oh, she had my last name. I didn't know it." So if you were on fire, okay, now y'all pray for me because I'm a preacher. If he was on fire and I could spit on him to put him out, my spit's too good. The same token, I forgave you. I forgave him. But I don't want to have nothing to do with him. I wouldn't care if I never seen him again. I don't care nothing about you. I just don't you. I don't you. Okay? That's how I feel. And I told the Lord, I forgave him because you require that of me. But I don't like him. Don't want to have nothing to do with him. If he was to get hit, I wouldn't cry. I'm so serious. I'm serious. Now, the healing part of me, God is still working on. But the forgiveness part I gave. So that's why God can work on me. You know, I just always share my life with y'all. I think because I never had the chance to confront him. If I could just tell him what he did to me, I might be able to write him a letter. Even if he's deceased, write him a letter. Put it all in a letter. Honey, go somewhere by yourself and read it out. If you got a picture of them, put the picture down and read it to the picture, and then burn the letter. Get it out of you. Of course. Of course. You know, yeah, of course. You know, but anytime you need me, sis, I'm here. I am here, honey. Here, here, here. I'm gonna go warm up this coffee, get into this word, and get to studying this word. Cause I'm gonna break down some I gotta do another angel, but also I'm getting into I want to show y'all where the Ten Commandments come from. That's what I want to show y'all. And well, I ain't gonna get into my story, but I want to show y'all where the Ten Commandments come from. Y'all gonna trip. Gonna be like, what? I'm like, yes, girl, yes, boy, yes. But anyway, y'all. So yes, and I'm gonna lay my stuff out for church tomorrow. I gotta see what the weather gonna be. I might wear a dress tomorrow. Not sure. But y'all keep the Ham Show in your prayer. Remember, he just lost his nephew. He actually did a tribute to his nephew on his channel. It is really beautiful, y'all. The music is beautiful, for real. And y'all get to see a picture of his nephew on his channel. So y'all keep D Ham in y'all prayers, like I said, right now. And then, he's dealing with this to be the 1 year of his mom being gone. So it's a lot right now. It's a lot. I care for y'all. I really do. When y'all hurt, it kind of affects me, seriously. If y'all need me, I did put my email in the chat. Please don't don't hesitate to email me and everything. If y'all see your Tanya in any chat, tell her that Creole has been asking about her and everything. I'm gonna try to find her email address again and email her. Y'all, when I don't hear from y'all, I see y'all, I kind of, it kind of bothers me because I want to make sure y'all good. But remember, I always tell y'all, no matter what the test, always do your best. I love you, smooches.